Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai, Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol, Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Narasimhadev 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 Jaya Narasimhadev, Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva Jai Subhadra, Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva Jai Subhadra, Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva Jai Subhadra, Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami Jai Subhadra, Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami Bhavatu me, Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami Bhavatu me, Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Sudarshana, Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe, Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe, Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Radhe, Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe, जय राधे जय श्री राधे, राधारानी की जय, महारानी की जय, बोलो बरसाना वासी की जय जय जय, बोलो वृंदावन वासी की जय जय जय, बोलो वृषभानु दुलारी की जय जय जय। शिल गुरुदेव की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि भक्त वृंद की जय। Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji. Pranams to all of you. Please accept my humble obeisances to all of you. So last week we had a wonderful session about the first 15 verses of chapter 8 of Madhya Lila Shri Caitanya Charitamrita. Today we are starting with chapter 8, text number 16, regarding the talks between Rāmānanda Rāya and Lord Shri Caitanya Mahāprabhu. I am starting with the first verse of the chapter because this is giving the summary of this entire chapter, and it is a very wonderful verse also. Sancharya Rama Vidabhakta Meghe Swabhakti Siddhanta Chayamritani Gaurabdirete Ramuna Vitirnais Tatnatva Ratna Layatam Prayati. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu, who is known as Gauranga, is the ocean of all conclusive knowledge in devotional service. He empowered Sri Rāmānanda Rāya, who may be likened to a cloud of devotional service. This cloud was filled with the water of all the conclusive purports of devotional service and was empowered by the ocean to spread this water over the sea of Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu himself. Thus, the ocean of Caitanya Mahāprabhu became filled with the jewels of the knowledge of pure devotional service. Here we are seeing the meeting of Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu and Sri Rāmānanda Rāya. So the Acharyas have commented that it was like a meeting between Sri Krishna and Sri Arjuna. So there was so much of question and answers, like the Bhagavad Gita. And also the Acharyas have said that Sri Rāmānanda Rāya is the actual incarnation of the expansion of Srimati Shaka Sakhi. So when they both met, it was like Shaka Sakhi and Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu being Sri Krishna himself meeting together. And then they embraced and they showed so much of love to each other. And that's where we see the ecstatic symptoms of both of them. And this verse is so wonderfully written by Sri Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami. Here the Lord, Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu, is called Gaurabdhir. That is, he's compared to an ocean. And this is the entire summary of the chapter, wherein Sri Rāmānanda Rāya, who is like a cloud, and he's pouring the words of devotional service, the entire purport, the conclusive truth of the human life of doing devotional service. Now, this analogy is very beautifully explained. The ocean itself gives the water for the sun to take it and make clouds. And then the ocean also gives the strength through the breeze that it can go anywhere and pour down in the form of rain. But here, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is describing that The ocean like Caitanya Mahaprabhu gave the empowerment to Sri Rāmānanda Rāya, and Rāmānanda Rāya is pouring down the rain like the conclusive truth on Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu itself. And then so many jewels, like it is said, when a raindrop falls on the ocean and the oyster collects that raindrop and it closes, and then pearls and jewels are formed. Similarly, we see between the talks of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Rāmānanda Rāya, we see such wonderful jewels. Also, last week we learned several lessons from these verses, that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whatever in his tour in the South India, he did so many wonderful pastimes. So in that also we saw similar some points which we can note. That is we can note 10 points from the preaching of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, a strategy so that we can bring wonderful pious people or any sort of persons towards Krishna consciousness. One is embrace. There are 10 E's in this preaching mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, before I start, I will give my gratitude to His Grace Radhesham Prabhuji, whose lecture I could hear and take some points, and also my gratitude to Srila Prabhupada and Srila Gurudev, who are our wonderful acharyas who are doing this mission and giving Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita to our English speaking persons, wherein we can learn so many things from the life history and put them into our personal use. Also, our previous acharyas who have given such wonderful explanations to the commentary of our Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And also to the local authorities who have organized Sri Rathayatra, Jagannath Rathayatra yesterday, and to all the Bhakta Brinda, to all the groups of the devotees, because without devotees, there is no bhakti life. Devotees are entirely so important. Without devotees, how can we do bhakti? So my humble pranams to all the devotees, because yesterday in the Rathayatra, this was my realization. First of all, the Lord is so merciful that He gave us the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam for sure, but the Chaitanya, the Rathayatra is an amazing mercy given by the Lord. So we hear that the Lord is so merciful. He's coming out on his Ratha to show his darshan to all the devotees, to everyone. Those who pull the rope, see the Rathayatra also are benefited. So that is his mercy. And more mercy is given to us by our acharyas, because Srila Prabhupada traveled everywhere and introduced this Rathayatra all over the world. So how much more merciful is our acharyas, our Srila Prabhupada? Because of him, today we are able to perform this Rathayatra in the four walls here in Mathura Desh, and we are able to get the mercy of the Supreme Lord Sri Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadramaya and Sudarshan. So that is the amazing mercy. That's why I would like to, and with all my humble heart, give my obeisances to all the devotees who are giving and showing us their mercy. So let me again go back to the topic, that how we are able to preach, how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself preached this Krishna consciousness in his South India tour. 10 E's is what I was talking about, which His Grace Radheshyam Prabhuji also spoke about. And these are all there in the verses in chapter 7 of Madhya Lila. One is embrace. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu traveled everywhere, he embraced, he did not see whether one is low born, high born, untouchable, not untouchable. He simply embraced and gave his love. So that is one E. Then, secondly, he empowered. Even if he saw a little good quality, he empowered them. So, a Mahabhagavata is a person, like we were seeing in Srimad Bhagavatam. Mother Sati tells Daksha that Mahabhagavata, Mahattama, is one who does not see even good qualities, even any single bad quality. He sees only good qualities in all persons. And like this, Mahaprabhu, he saw whether he saw good quality or not good quality. By seeing their Shraddha, he embraced and he empowered them to become Acharyas. They went back to their villages and then they spread the Krishna consciousness. The next E is enjoy. A person who wants to preach should himself enjoy the mood of devotional service. He should love doing arti, he should enjoy doing the chanting, he should enjoy reading the scriptures. He has to take the enjoyment first himself, then he can distribute to others. So the lesson what I learned personally is, if I don't show interest in doing devotional service, how can I preach? Then the fourth E is endeavor. So in devotional service, bringing souls to devotional path is very difficult, because the modes of nature are like powerful covering agent. Maya Shakti or the Avidya Shakti is so powerful, it covers the pure living entity. Therefore, endeavor, which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why he had to travel all throughout South India. He traveled and he preached, he went to so many different villages. It was not that he was comfortable, but he stayed in so many Brahmanas' houses. He had to eat what they gave. But then he took endeavor so that he could preach Krishna consciousness. Then expand is the fifth E. Fifth E, wherein how to expand Krishna consciousness by preaching, by talking about Krishna, like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he had 4 types of preaching strategies. For the common man, he used to do only kirtan, loud Harinama kirtan, so that they could get over the modes of nature and come to Sattva-guna and then take Krishna consciousness seriously. Then another type of preaching was when philosophical discussions with persons like Prakashananda Saraswati and Keshav Bharati, so he could change their hearts. Another type was with his with his associates, with whom he showed loving exchanges. And the fourth type was with Swarup Damodar Goswami and others who were very near associates. He discussed topics about Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. Like this, he expanded, he exchanged the ideas of Krishna Bhavnamrita. And with the Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami and the 6 Goswamis, he gave the philosophy of Sri of Krishna consciousness. Then elevate. by his personal example and also by blessing. He elevated any like Jagai and Madai by blessing, by his power, he elevated them. And then exit. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also showed after some time how to exit the world and how to be esoteric. The 10th one is jumping in joy in Krishna consciousness, and he displayed his ecstatic symptoms only in front of very few persons. So in his last part, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited all his esoteric feelings, and then he left the world. So that was an introduction, and today we are starting with text 16. Prabhu tanre deki janila yeyi Rama Raya tanhare milita Prabhura mana uti dhaya. Translation: Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could understand that the person who had come to bathe in the river was Rāmānanda Rāya. The Lord wanted so much to meet him that his mind immediately began running after him. So we see that Rāmānanda Rāya came with a big band, brahmanas, and then because he's the governor, he came with more pomp and show. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately could not go and run to him and embrace. His mind is running, but he is not able to do that because he has to follow an etiquette. And also we see that this is Srimati Vishaka, and then Sri Krishna in his that power, he wants to meet, but then he is waiting. Tatapi dhairya dhari Prabhu rahila vasiya Rāmānanda aila apurva sannyasi dekhiya. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was running after him mentally, patiently remained sitting. Rāmānanda Rāya, seeing the wonderful sannyasi, then came to see him. As it is, we know Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his sannyasa danda, his shaven head, he was effulgent. So immediately Rāmānanda Rāya observed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what we should do is our behavior as a devotee should be such that other persons observe us, and then we should be humble, we should be not show off our ecstasies, it should be controlled, and we can express our gratitude, we can show our ecstasy in front of our deities. But outside, you have to be very extremely careful, because some people may take devotees as only show off. Some people may not like it. So we have to be careful. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed that and is waiting when Rāmānanda Rāya will look towards him. Also, I remember one very wonderful explanation which Sri Krishna is giving to Sri Uddhavji in Canto 11, Chapter 11. He is telling the Lord is sitting as Paramatma in his heart, like two birds in the heart. And one bird is always eating the fruits of the tree, whereas the other bird, Paramatma, is only a witness and is watching the other bird doing all sorts of fruitive activities. So similarly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is waiting when as Jivatma we will turn towards him and express our desire to serve him and to look at him and take his instructions. Text 18. Surya Shata Samakanti Aruna Vasana Subalita Prakanda Deha Kamala Lochana. Sri Rāmānanda Rāya then saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be as brilliant as 100 suns. The Lord was covered by a saffron garment. He was large in body and very strongly built, and his eyes were like lotus petals. Also, we have heard one wonderful regarding the Lord's expression, regarding the Lord's great physical body of the Lord. We see one shloka in Caitanya Bhagavata, the introductory shloka. Ajanulambita bhujau kanakavadhatau sankirtanaikapitaro kamalayatakshaau Vishwambarau Dvijavarau Yugadharma Palau Vande Jagat Priyakaro Karunavatarau. I offer my respects unto Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityananda Prabhu, whose arms extend down to their knees, who have golden yellow complexions, and who inaugurated the congregational chanting of the holy names. Their eyes resemble the petals of a lotus. They are the maintainers of all living entities. They are the best of Brahmanas, the protectors of religious principles for this age, the benefactors of the universe, and the most merciful of all incarnations. This is from Sri Caitanya Bhagavat. So amazing. The Lord's physical features are so beautiful and is so effulgent. And that is what is a great. Rāmānanda Rāya is observing all this from Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, and now he is expressing. Tekiya tanhara mane haila chamatkara asiya karila dandavat namaskara. When Rāmānanda Rāya saw the wonderful sannyasi, he was struck with wonder. He went to him and immediately offered his respectful obeisances, falling down flat like a rod. So always it is a rule that whenever we see a sannyasi, we have to pay our obeisances. And Sri Rāmānanda Rāya, knowing the wonderful Shastras, was very learned. He fell flat upon seeing Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu and paying his obeisances. Utti Prabhu kahe, Utta kahe Krishna Krishna, Tare alingite Prabhura Hrudaya Santrashna. The Lord stood up and asked Rāmānanda Rāya to arise and chant the holy name of Krishna. Indeed, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu was very eager to embrace him. So even we see whenever we pay obeisances to Sri Gurudev, he says Krishner Matirastu. And we also see here Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu telling Krishna Krishna. The Lord asked Rāmānanda Rāya. So as devotees, we have to constantly remind others about Krishna, avoiding gossip. And even when we because as we grow in Krishna consciousness, we age, and people may think, oh, we are great devotees in Krishna consciousness. Because of our age, they may give respect to us. But immediately our respects and obeisances should go back to Gurudev, and mentally also we can pay obeisances to the person who respects us. So that's what we learn here. And Caitanya Mahaprabhu is eager to embrace him because they know each other. Tatapi puchila tumi Rāya Rāmānanda, teno kahe seihana dasa shudra manda. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu then inquired whether he was Rāmānanda Rāya, and he replied, yes, I am your very low servant and I belong to the Sudra community. So when Rāmānanda Rāya was asked, are you Rāmānanda Rāya? Caitanya Mahaprabhu asked like this. So Rāmānanda Rāya, being a very humble devotee, he said, yes, I am your very low servant and I belong to the Sudra community. Here one more thing also is when the king Prataprudra came to serve Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was asked, who are you? I am our servant. So all great devotees have this very, very humble mood, and they always say that we are the servants of the servants. So this is one lesson which I would like to learn, because sometimes I'm not humble. I uh, I show my arrogance. So constantly I try to remember that nothing belongs in this world, and everything Krishna is saying, I am the master. Sarvasya chaham priti sarvashto. Sorry. भोक्ताराम यज्ञतपसां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरं सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शांतिं रक्षति. So we get peace by understanding that Krishna is the enjoyer. He is the Lord of the entire planetary systems, spiritual oak, and the material world, and also he is the best friend. So remembering this constantly can make us very humble. At least this is what I try to imbibe to make myself humble. I try to remember, if any honor, dishonor, we should remember that the Lord is guiding everybody. He is sitting in the heart and guiding everybody. So because every devotee is surrendered, we should understand that the Lord is guiding them. And here also Rāmānanda Rāya is expressing his humility. 22. Tabe tare kaila prabhu druda alingana prema veshe prabhu bhritya dhonea chetana. Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu then embraced Sri Rāmānanda Rāya very firmly. Indeed, both the master and the servant almost lost consciousness due to ecstatic love. So here the master is Sri Krishna himself in the form of Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu, and Srimati Vishaka, who is none other than Sri Rāmānanda Rāya. So here Sri Krishna is coming in the form, he's taken the bhava of Srimati Radharani. So naturally Lalita Devi and Vishaka Devi are the closest associates of Srimati Radharani. And now when they are embracing each other like master and servant, out of love, they have lost their consciousness. Swabhavika prema donara udaya karila duna alingya dune bhumite padila. Their natural love for each other was awakened in them both, and they embraced and fell to the ground. So in this prema vesha, prema bhava, they are expressing of unconsciousness. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Srila Rāmānanda Rāya was an incarnation of the Gopi Vishaka. Since Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu was Lord Krishna himself, there was naturally an awakening between Vishaka and Krishna. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahāprabhu is the combination of Srimati Radharani and Krishna, and the Gopi Vishaka is a principal Gopi assisting Srimati Radharani. Thus, the natural love between Rāmānanda and Sri Chaitanya Mahāprabhu awakened, and they embraced each other. So that was a wonderful expression of love between the master and the servant. We hear so many pastimes wherein how Vishaka Devi gives so much of solace to Srimati Radharani, and in turn Srimati Radharani is completely dependent on her Ashtasakis. स्तंभ श्वेद अश्रु कंपा पुलक वैवर्ण्य दुन्हर मुखते सुनिगत गद कृष्ण वर्णा. When they embraced each other, ecstatic symptoms, paralysis, perspiration, tears, shivering, paleness, and standing up of the bodily hairs appeared. The word Krishna came from their mouths falteringly. So all this we read in Nectar of Devotion, the different ecstasies which a devotee shows. So here both of them being the Supreme Lord and one of the Ashtasaki, Srimati Vishaka, they are expressing their wonderful ecstatic symptoms. So these symptoms are not ordinarily shown. We see that during the first exhibition of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu's these ecstatic symptoms, he saw Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya experiencing this. And then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, we know he was a very great Vedic scholar. And he read these symptoms in Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, and that is how he expressed the Sarvabhauma Shataka. So how wonderful Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu's ecstatic symptoms are. And that same thing even Sri Rāmānanda Rāya, who is a very close associate, is expressing these symptoms also. 25. Dekiya Brahmana Ganera Haila Chamatkara Vaidika Brahmana Sabha Karena Vichara. When the stereotyped ritualistic Brahmanas who were following the Vedic principles saw this ecstatic manifestation of love, they were struck with wonder. All these Brahmanas began to reflect as follows. Actually, here Caitanya Mahaprabhu and Rāmānanda Rāya are meeting for the first time. That too on the banks of river Godavari. And Rāmānanda Rāya is the governor and Caitanya Mahaprabhu is a sannyasi. Imagine the onlookers, and these Brahmanas have come along with Rāmānanda Rāya, and they are looking such wonderful symptoms, and they are totally confused, and they are struck with wonder. How two unknown persons, according to material eyes, they are showing such expressions. So naturally, they should be wonderstruck. Ehita sanyasira teja deki brahma sama sudre alingya kene karena krandana. The Brahmanas thought, we can see that the sannyasi has a luster-like effulgence of Brahman, but how is it he is crying upon embracing a Sudra, a member of the fourth caste in the social order? So generally, the Brahmanas are in the mode of goodness. So they are, although they are in Sattva-guna, we read that in chapter 14 of Bhagavad Gita, they are also bound. Sattva-guna also binds them to happiness and satisfaction and to follow the rules and regulations very strictly. So these Brahmanas, because they are the Vedic scholars and because they follow a very strict principles of rules and regulations that they will not touch people who are unclean, they are wondering, how is it that here a sannyasi is even above a Brahmana, how is it he is embracing a Shudra? So like this, they are wondering how come it happens like this. 27. Yahi Maharaja Mahapandita Gambira Sanyasira Spatre Matta Hailas Astira. They thought this Rāmānanda is the governor of Madras, a highly learned and grave person, a Mahapandita. But upon touching the sannyasi, he has become restless like a madman. So this the wonder stuck is that Rāmānanda Rāya is a governor. Generally, we see that a person in a very high position is very grave, and also he maintains his distance with everybody. Sometimes it could be security reasons, sometimes it could be that he has to avoid showing affection to somebody in a public place. He has to avoid showing his pleasure at seeing somebody. So like this, and then also a Mahapandita. Mahapandita means he should understand that the soul and the body are different. But here, that knowledge should be there. But here he has become restless like a madman. So they are thinking, has he lost the knowledge that body and soul are different? So like this, they are contemplating. Yahi mata vipragana bhave mane mana vijatiya loka deki prabhu kaila samvarana. While the Brahmanas were thinking in this way about the activities of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu and Rāmānanda Rāya, Sri Caitanya Prabhu saw those outsiders and restrained his transcendental emotions. Purport: Rāmānanda Rāya was intimately related to Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, he can be accepted as a Sajatiya, a person within the intimate circle of the Lord. The Brahmanas, however, were followers of the Vedic rituals and were not able to have an intimate connection with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Consequently, they were called Vijatiya Loka. In other words, they were not pure devotees. One may be a highly learned Brahmana, but if he is not a pure devotee, he is a Vijatiya, an outcast, one outside devotional service. In other words, a non-devotee. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rāmānanda were embracing in ecstasy, the Lord restrained his transcendental emotions upon seeing the outsider Brahmanas. We see also Prahalad Maharaja telling this shloka. In his prayers to Nrsimhadev, he is speaking. Although a Brahmana may be learned, he may have all 24 qualities as mentioned in other transcendental books. But if he is not a devotee, then it is not good. He says, Prahalad Maharaja is telling this. And here also we see that Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is using the words Vijatiya, Vijatiya Rupa and Sajatiya. Sajatiya means very dear, our own, like when we see devotees. Actually, this experience we can have when we go to outside countries. Especially, I had this personal experience when we went to the US. We went to ISKCON Silicon Valley. After a week or 10 days, we went there, and when we saw devotees, I was so happy. Oh, I am seeing a devotee here. And some of the devotees were Telugu speaking, because I hail from a Telugu speaking place, and I am also Telugu speaking. So it was so happy. I was very, very happy to see Telugu speaking, that too devotees, and in a huge community, and they were putting up children annual event that day, the day we went. So it was so touching, so Sajatiya. We go to see different sightseeing places, but we don't see any devotees. It is Vijatiya. So like this, the Lord also understood that these Brahmanas were not devotees, and so Vijatiya, and therefore he restrained his emotions which he was expressing. Shustahana dhunhete sthane tivasila tabe hasi Mahaprabhu kahite lagila. When they regained their sanity, they both sat down, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu smiled and began to speak as follows. So now we start hearing about Caitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Rāmānanda Rāya. They are both began to speak. 30. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya kahila tumhara gune, tumhare milita more karila yatane. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya spoke of your good qualities, and he made a great endeavor to convince me to meet you. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was already an associate, and he had met Caitanya Mahaprabhu, and now he spoke of Sri Rāmānanda Rāya, and he wanted Caitanya Mahaprabhu to meet Rāmānanda Rāya. So Rāmānanda Rāya is telling, we'll see. Tuma mili bhare mora eta agamana bhala haila anaya se pailuno darshana. Indeed, I have come here just to meet you. It is very good that even without making an effort, I have gotten here interview. So Rāmānanda Rāya, Caitanya Mahaprabhu is feeling that it is uh, not an effort to see devotees, to meet devotees, to have the association of devotees is very wonderful, is very ecstatic, and also it is a very, very fortunate situation. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is feeling like this. It is an effort. We see in 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, once all our previous sins are eradicated, then only we can make progress in devotional service, meet devotees, and become devotees. So here, he makes an statement that devotee association is very rare and fortunate situation. 32. Rāya kahe sarvabhauma kare bhritya gnana paroksheha mora hiddehaya savadhana. Translation: Rāmānanda Rāya replied, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya thinks of me as a servant. Even in my absence, he is very careful to do me good. Rāmānanda Rāya is telling that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya thinks Rāmānanda Rāya as his servant, that is a Vaishnava. So, what lesson we learn here is to talk about Vaishnavas, other Vaishnavas, we have to see only good qualities in them. When we speak about other Vaishnava, we should never, ever point out their mistake to others, especially. We can directly tell the person any corrections, we can tell, but not to others. We have to be very careful about our dealings with other Vaishnavas. Tanra krupaya painu tomara darshana aji sahpala haila mura manuja janama. By his mercy, I have received your interview here. Consequently, I consider that today I have become a successful human being. So here, that's what to be a human being is, to meet a devotee and become a devotee, to meet a Mahabhagavata, to receive the mercy of Guru, to receive the mercy of Shri Krishna. We have to have the mercy of a Vaishnava. Without our Siksha Gurus or anybody who has introduced us to Krishna consciousness, without giving them respect, how can we achieve the Supreme Lord? How can we achieve Guru's mercy? So always our Shiksha Gurus and our Gurudev, who has given us Diksha, have to be respected. Without their mercy and blessings, we cannot go forward. सार्वभौमे तुम्हारा कृपा तारे यही चिन्ह अस्पृश्य स्पर्शिलाहना तांड्रा प्रेम दीना. I can see that you have bestowed special mercy upon Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Therefore you have touched me. Although I am untouchable, this is due only to his love for you. So again we see that because Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya also was bestowed mercy by Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. He showed his Sadbhuja form to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He heard for 7 continuous days what Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was speaking, and then the Atmarama verse was explained to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So, and he embraced Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya also, and changed so much Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya that he even was ready to change the words of Srimad Bhagavatam, wherein it said that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is entirety of achieving the human goal. That is what here also Sri Rāmānanda Rāya is saying, that because of the mercy of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, even Rāmānanda Rāya could achieve. So this is what we can learn. Unless we show our love and devotion to devotees, and unless we show our respect to devotees, unless we keep them in good service attitude, we have to serve devotee, anybody. Devotee means we need to have a service attitude, then we can surely achieve the love of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Radha and Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhujis and Matajis, I would like to stop here. And Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat. Thank you, Mataji. Thanks for nice class. Mataji, I have one question. Like you mentioned, like in the verse it is mentioned that Swajatiya Vijatiya. You explained nicely about it. But Mataji, my question is like Brahmanas, generally they are in the mode of goodness. So definitely they are very close to Swajatiya, or they are supposed to be. How can we understand that still they are considered as Vijatiya here?
As explained already, because if they are only attached to ritualistic ceremonies, then they are not knowing what is the highest purpose of life. Like Krishna says in 15.15, Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishto matta smatir jnanam apohanam cha vedaischa sarvair aham eva vedo vedanta krut veda videva chaham. So the purpose of knowing Vedas is to know him, know Shri Krishna. If that we do not know, if that we cannot recognize, then although we are born in Brahmana caste, then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu considers them as Vijatiya. So the goal of life, like Krishna also says, Sarvadharma Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. So the dharma of anybody is to know Krishna and to do devotional service. Even in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the last verse is that Mat Karma Krin. So every activity is to be to please Krishna. If that is not done, then it is Vijatiya. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. It's clear. Devotees, any questions, comments? Mata, you can conclude the session. There is no.
Okay, Prabhu. Okay. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Shri Gurudev ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Bhakta ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha, Patithanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Ananta Koti Bhakta ki